Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Celestial Tracks, the podcast where we explore the art, the hustle, and the magic behind creative industries. I'm your host, Ria, and today, we have a super exciting guest with us. He's worked on some incredible VFX projects and might just be the guy behind those jaw-dropping explosions or unreal creatures you've seen on screen. Please welcome Pawan, the VFX maestro.
Whoa, Ria, you're setting the bar too high. I'm just a humble guy who knows how to make pixels behave themselves.
Alright, Pixel Whisperer, welcome to the show. So, Pawan, for the uninitiated, what exactly does a VFX artist do?
Ah, the age-old question. You know, when people ask me what I do, I usually say, I make fake things look real and real things look fake, and then they either nod like they understand or slowly back away. Chuckles, but seriously, we create visual effects for movies, TV shows, games, and ads. Think of it like painting, but with way more caffeine and fewer brushes.
That's a great way to put it. So, how did you get into this world of making magic?
Oh, it all started when I watched Jurassic Park as a kid. I was like, wait, dinosaurs aren't real, so how are they running around? My parents, bless them, told me they hired actual dinosaurs. It wasn't until much later I realized it was VFX and my world changed. So, I decided if I can't bring real dinosaurs back, I'll at least fake it convincingly.
Your parents really played you there. So, you've worked on some big projects. What's it like being in the VFX industry on a global scale?
It's a roller coaster. The industry is booming everywhere: Hollywood, Bollywood, even smaller indie scenes. But it's also like that group project in school where the deadline is yesterday, and the client wants it more sparkly, and by more sparkly, they mean redo everything.
Sounds intense. What about the creative side? How much freedom do you get?
That depends. Sometimes you get a director who says, go wild. Other times, it's like, this dragon's fire should be red, but not to red. Angry, but happy angry. And you're sitting there wondering if you accidentally joined an art therapy session.
Happy angry. That's a vibe. How do you deal with such vague instructions?
Oh, you learn to translate client ease, and when all else fails, you nod, smile, and say, we'll fix it in post. That phrase is the lifeline of our industry.
Classic. Let's talk about tech. The tools must be evolving constantly, right?
Absolutely. It's like being in a video game where every month there's a software update and new cheats to learn. We're using AI now to speed up certain processes, which is great, until the AI suggests something better than what you made. It's like, thanks, Skynet, I'll just pack up my ego and go home.
AI taking over already, huh? What about the challenges? What's the hardest part of your job?
The hardest part? Probably convincing people that good VFX takes time. Everyone wants avatar-level effects on a TikTok timeline. I mean, sure, I'll give you blockbuster visuals. Just hold your breath for 6 months.
Patience is key, folks. Speaking of Avatar, what do you think of the competition in the VFX industry globally?
It's fierce but inspiring. Countries like India and South Korea are stepping up big time. Bollywood's pulling off some stunning visuals, and Korean dramas. Wow! And don't even get me started on the crazy talent in smaller studios worldwide. It's like everyone's trying to one-up each other, and I'm here for it with popcorn.
Love that attitude. Where do you see the industry heading?
Oh, we're heading straight into the metaverse, aren't we? Virtual production is the big thing now. Shows like The Mandalorian are using LED walls instead of green screens. It's like stepping into a video game world. Honestly, the future is exciting and slightly terrifying. Kind of like a VFX artist's coffee bill.
Speaking of terrifying, any funny or disastrous moments in your career?
Oh, plenty. Once, I accidentally gave a superhero 3 arms in a scene. Didn't realize it until the client said, nice detail, but is this a mutant movie now? Let's just say I learned to triple check renders after that.
That's hilarious. Alright, last question before we wrap up. What's your advice to aspiring VFX artists out there?
Simple, stay curious and stay caffeinated. Learn the tools, study films, and never underestimate the power of a good critique. And remember, your first renders will probably look like a potato with a bad haircut, but that's okay. Even Picasso had to start somewhere.
That's such great advice. Thank you so much, Pawin, for joining us today. This was such a fun and insightful conversation.
Thanks for having me, Ria, and to everyone listening, go out there and make some magic, or at least something cooler than a three-armed superhero.
Love it. All right, folks. That's it for today's episode of the Celestial Tracks. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, keep creating.